You know, there are these foundational pillars of our existence, right? Things we often relegate to the background noise of life. Sleep, what we put into our bodies. But what if I told you these seemingly mundane elements are directly, profoundly, and irrevocably linked to something so core to male identity, something so vital to our sense of self and our connection, that ignoring them is effectively sabotaging a significant part of your life? If you've ever felt that spark dimming, that drive waning, or simply wondered how to amplify your innate power, you need to stay tuned. Because by the end of this, you'll possess the framework to reclaim or significantly enhance a primal aspect of your well-being that most men only ever wish they could access. The final insight isn't just powerful, it's transformative. Deep rest. Let's begin with sleep, or more accurately, the profound lack of it that so many men simply tolerate, almost as a badge of honor. We live in a culture that often glorifies grind culture, pushing through fatigue, operating on fumes. But what are the biological costs of this relentless pursuit? When we talk about sexual power, we're not just talking about libido or erectile function in isolation. We're talking about a symphony of hormonal balance, neurotransmitter activity, and overall vitality that is inextricably linked to the quality and quantity of your sleep. Think about it. Your body is a complex biological machine, and just like any machine, it requires periods of repair, restoration, and recalibration to perform at its peak. Without adequate sleep, this intricate process is severely compromised, and one of the first systems to show signs of distress is the reproductive system. Testosterone, the primary male sex hormone, undergoes its most significant production during deep sleep cycles. It's not a coincidence. It's a fundamental biological imperative. If you're consistently shortchanging yourself on sleep, you are, by definition, suppressing your natural testosterone production. This isn't theoretical, it's physiological fact. Studies have shown that even a single week of insufficient sleep can lead to a significant drop in testosterone levels, sometimes equivalent to aging 10–15 years hormonally. Now, consider the downstream effects of this. Lower testosterone doesn't just mean a diminished sex drive. It impacts energy levels, mood, cognitive function, and even the ability to maintain muscle mass. It creates a cascade of negative effects that erode your overall sense of masculine vitality and, of course, directly impacts your sexual performance and desire. Beyond testosterone, sleep plays a critical role in managing stress hormones like cortisol. When you're sleep-deprived, cortisol levels tend to remain elevated. High cortisol, in turn, can further suppress testosterone production, creating a vicious cycle that depletes your sexual power from multiple angles. It also impacts your autonomic nervous system, shifting you more towards a sympathetic fight-or-flight state, which is inherently antagonistic to states of relaxation and arousal. Sexual function requires a degree of parasympathetic activation, the rest and digest mode. If your body is constantly primed for perceived threat due to lack of sleep, achieving and maintaining arousal becomes a significantly harder biological feat. It's not just about feeling tired, it's about your entire internal landscape being out of sync, making it incredibly difficult for your body to prioritize and execute sexual function with vigor and consistency. Prioritizing sleep isn't a luxury. It's a non-negotiable biological mandate for anyone serious about optimizing their sexual power. Fueling drive. Now, let's pivot to nutrition, the fuel you put into that biological machine we just discussed. Just as with sleep, many men approach their diet with a sense of casual indifference, or perhaps focus solely on aesthetics or athletic performance, completely overlooking its profound impact on their sexual vitality. Your diet is not just about calories or macronutrients. It's about providing the specific building blocks, micronutrients, and signaling molecules that your body requires to orchestrate hormonal balance, maintain cardiovascular health, and support optimal nervous system function, all critical components of robust sexual power. Think of your body as an incredibly sophisticated engine. If you put substandard fuel into it or neglect essential fluids, you can't expect it to perform at peak capacity, especially when it comes to something as intricate and demanding as sexual function. Consider, for instance, the role of fats in your diet. For years, there was a widespread misconception that all fats were bad. However, healthy fats, particularly saturated and monounsaturated fats, are absolutely essential for the production of cholesterol, which is the precursor molecule for all steroid hormones, including testosterone. If your diet is chronically low in these healthy fats, you are directly limiting your body's ability to produce the very hormones that drive sexual desire and function. We're talking about things like avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and yes, even judicious amounts of animal fats from quality sources. These aren't just energy sources. They are fundamental building blocks for your endocrine system, and neglecting them is akin to trying to build a house without bricks. The quality of these fats matters immensely, so opting for whole, unprocessed sources is always paramount for true biological benefit. Beyond fats, micronutrients play an often underestimated role. Zinc, for example, is critical for testosterone synthesis and sperm quality. Magnesium is involved in hundreds of enzymatic reactions, including those related to energy production and muscle function, both of which are highly relevant to sexual performance. Vitamin D, which many men are deficient in, has also been linked to testosterone levels and overall sexual health. Antioxidants, found abundantly in fruits and vegetables, help combat oxidative stress, which can damage cells and tissues, including those vital for erectile function. An inflammatory diet, characterized by processed foods, excessive sugar, and unhealthy fats, creates a systemic inflammatory state that can impede blood flow, disrupt hormonal signaling, and ultimately diminish sexual power. Optimizing your nutrition isn't about deprivation, it's about intelligent provisioning, supplying your body with precisely what it needs to thrive in every aspect, including and especially your sexual drive and capability. Inner fire. It all coalesces, doesn't it? The deep, restorative sleep, the meticulous fueling of your body with proper nutrition, these aren't just isolated practices. They are two profoundly interconnected pillars that collectively determine the strength of your inner fire, that primal drive, that innate sexual power that is so fundamental to a man's well-being and confidence. When these pillars are robust, when your body is truly supported at a foundational biological level, the results are far more than just physiological. You experience enhanced libido, yes, but also a deeper sense of vitality, more consistent energy, improved mood, and a palpable self-assurance that radiates into every area of your life. This isn't about chasing fleeting pharmaceutical solutions or quick fixes. It's about engaging with the inherent intelligence of your own biology. Think about the compounding effect. When you sleep deeply, your hormones are balanced, your nervous system is regulated, and your body recovers optimally. When you nourish yourself with nutrient-dense foods, you provide the precise raw materials for hormone production, robust cardiovascular health, and efficient cellular function. These two states reinforce each other, creating an upward spiral of health and vitality. Conversely, neglecting one or both creates a downward trajectory, eroding not just your physical capacity, but also your mental and emotional resilience. The consistent pursuit of these fundamental biological levers is not merely about achieving a better erection or a higher sex drive. It's about reclaiming a deeper, more profound connection to your own masculine essence, enhancing your presence, your confidence, and your ability to engage fully with life and with your intimate relationships. This journey, therefore, isn't just about sexual power. It's about living a more complete, vibrant, and empowered life by design. YouTube comment. I always thought powering through was the way. This made me realize I've been actively disempowering myself. The connection between sleep, nutrition, and this aspect of male vitality is mind-blowing. Definitely rethinking my entire routine now. Who else is feeling this?